Good morning, everyone. I'm Giovanni Bristow, and I'm here with the owner of Norah's Boutique, and her name is Sharon. Did a little Oprah twist in her name. It's the newest edition of Petersburg's growing business community here on Chesterfield Avenue. It's right around the corner from VSU. It's a fashion store that builds itself as a style destination that engages your sight, sense, and sound as you discover fashions that are unique as you. So, Sharon, you gotta tell us, what was your inspiration for opening?
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. My inspiration for opening was several reasons. Number one, I love fashion, shoes in particular, but I just love fashion. I love thrifting. I love discovering different things that people put on just to make themselves feel better. Sometimes fashion is soothing to the soul.
Yes.
It When I get up in the morning, depending upon what my mood is, I might have laid out clothes the night before, but I have to choose something else because that is not necessarily my mood.
Fun process, right?
Right? And so number one, I just love fashion. Number two, we're getting to a place where the world just needs fewer new things.
This
We
is
need
true.
to Right. We need to just practice a more sustainable lifestyle. It's not something that any of us I think can do overnight. We're accustomed
Right.
to being consumers, and we do sort of choose a lot. I'm guilty. But I have come to a place that I recognize. I recognize that the landfills are filling up. It's going to be a problem for our children, grandchildren, and the earth at some point that we have to stop filling all of that up. And so it is better if we choose sustainable. Consignment, thrift, trade,
Yeah.
swap, that kind of thing.
And just for those who weren't aware, this is a sustainable store, and just part of the significance of that, especially now, I was just saying that as a country, we're having issues with what to do with our trash. Of course, we've all heard about recycling, since we've been children. But in
Right.
this case, the countries that have been historically buying our trash are not taking it.
That's right. They don't
Literally, as of like the last 2 years, so it's really serious now.
Right.
They're warehousing it; they don't know where to put it. Um,
Yes. Some of it's just floating on barges.
yes, and this stores like this, as opposed to say in H&M, I just saw that they burned something like 60 tons of clothes just for the sake of exclusivity. And I mean,
Yes.
that's
That
really hard
H&M,
to imagine.
it is. H&M, I've heard too, though, is trying to get its act together. I think after that
Yes,
got
after
after
that.
that got in the wind, they're trying to get their act together. They're supposed to be approaching sustainability by 2025. That's what I
Okay.
read. We'll see how that goes. I'm
Right.
rooting for H&M.
Yes.
I think it's a cool little store.
Likewise.
Yes.
But just like, that's just sort of what, brought us here. And I'm glad to see that it's something that you're working towards. But before opening the
Yes.
shop, what were you doing prior?
I actually had an event company.
Oh, nice.
Event company. So as you can tell, though, we're not doing any events. COVID has us in a place where we're not doing events anymore. So just reinventing myself, doing
Okay.
something new. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and for one, the idea of both opening a store in and of itself is hellish. And to do it in the middle of a pandemic is something else. But, coming
Right.
from the events industry, which I didn't know until a couple seconds ago,
There you go.
that is hectic.
Yes. Yes.
So
Event design.
I feel like you're already used to the ebbs and flows of doing business by being in that field.
Yeah. This is peaceful in comparison.
It really is.
But yes. But yeah, so the sustainable part, I would also just kind of want to add that this is what I would consider a hybrid store.
Okay.
So we do have some new clothes. Um, we usually try to, do buyouts or closeouts or auctions
Okay.
of any of the new items that we have. So we have some new, nearly new, and we have vintage. Um, all of it is a nod towards being more sustainable.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know that the pandemic had obviously gave some inspiration as far as a change of direction. But had you wanted to do a store?
I
before?
did. It's been a lifelong dream, really.
Okay.
I've always wanted to own a boutique of some kind. And this sort of just presented itself.
Okay.
The previous owner was looking for someone to rent, and I met her kind of by chance. Miss Alice, she owns the property next door as well. Um, but she and I kind of had a conversation. This was all supposed to have happened last January,
Okay.
and boom, pandemic hit in March, and
Right.
and we put the brakes on everything. But here we are.
Yes, absolutely. And just to show how enthused people are about shopping at the moment, and even other stores are trying to get people to come inside. I remember in the middle of what is it, like the announcement of the first stimulus checks, there were
Oh, yeah.
text messages going out from what's the store? From Fashion Nova,
Okay.
trying to get people to come out. We're sending out discount codes at the moment, so I can definitely see a rush already. And by the way, the store hasn't. She's not technically open now for like another hour, and already someone has come in right behind us.
Yes.
So yeah, there are people who are
Yeah, there are people about and shopping. And I just want to add too that we take every safety precaution we can here. We have a hand sanitizer right at the door. When you come in to pay, we have a touchless pay system. So and we even provide masks if you don't have one. So you definitely can shop safely.
Yes, she got me mine. Yes, appreciate it. And the coffee as well.
Yay, coffee!
And sorry.
It's okay.
How would you say your personal style has helped inspire some of what you're selling here?
Yeah, so that has been the challenge. I think that's the challenge for any boutique owner. So my style, I love color, but I also love black. I just want to be different from any and everybody else. I don't
Right.
want to walk down the street and see myself.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I try to pick and choose and buy unusual items or something that's a little more standout.
I can see.
Can you see? Yeah, I try to make sure that we buy something for everyone. I want anyone from a size 2 to a size 24 to be able to come in here, find something wonderful, and leave happy and feeling like, they didn't break the bank. So,
Right.
yeah, most of our items are probably under $50.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah, I literally have a fur coat for $60.
Oh wow.
And she's gorgeous.
I would imagine. I was going to ask if you had a favorite piece in here. I have a feeling that might be it.
It could be, but actually, right at this moment, my favorite piece is a beautiful pink tulle skirt. It's very Sex in the City, giving Sex in the City vibes. That's my favorite piece at the moment. But it changes day by day.
Okay.
It changes day by day.
That's very much Wendy Williams thing. She says how much she loves wearing tulle, and people show up in the audience wearing it just for the
because
just
it's
for her.
amazing.
It's very fun.
Yes.
And how long have you been open?
We've only been open for about a month or so, and we haven't done a lot of marketing yet, but mostly due to COVID.
Right.
It's been just a little bit of a challenge to get out. We're trying to do a little more promotion on our social media page.
Which you're easy to find on, by the way.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes, at Norah's Boutique One.
Right.
And we are right behind Virginia State University, so I definitely would encourage the students to come down. We have a wonderful denim section it's $10 denim. Everything there's $10. We have T-shirts that are $5.
Okay.
We're adding more
That's
graphic tees to our lineup probably in the next couple weeks. So
those are numbers that college students would definitely appreciate.
I think, yeah. So we tried to make sure that there was something for them too, right on their
And
campus.
some of us adults.
Yes, and some of us adults, because there's some days when you need a $10 pair of jeans in your life. It just makes things different.
Yeah, the pandemic financial scales.
Yes.
Different. as
Right.
well. But you want to tell us how's the process um, of opening here? And I know that you said that you had already came across the owner. For those who might be interested in doing the same thing,
Mhm.
do you have any advice for them? Because I'm sure that um, that's you've learned a thing or two for your
Right.
first time around.
I would definitely recommend finding the right spot. Um, I think that was the way it happened for me. This was the spot because that was the deal.
Right.
But um, I think in any business search, the what do they say? Location,
Yes.
location, location. So I think this is going to be the right spot for me. But I think that's the thing that you should be thoughtful about first and
Right.
foremost. And then also your price point. Make sure you can make some money at the price point that you're placing your items or your
Right.
service. That would be the thing that I would offer.
Okay. And I'll say that with myself being fairly new to the area, I mean 3 years. May as well say that I'm from here now. But I wasn't as aware of this location. I happened to look at the map and I said, wait a minute, that is literally, I think that's almost walking distance from the school. So that is a perfect location.
I like that. I do. I like it. And I'm looking forward to engaging with some of the students and the faculty
Yes.
at Virginia State. It's a cool campus and it's an awesome institution. It's one of the finest HBCUs there are. So shout out to the SU Trojans.
And I'll add that I just sat through an economic development authority meeting last night,
Okay.
and they're spending, or three companies are spending about close to $300 million for a pharmaceutical campus around here. And so, if you ever have any days where you think that it's going, it's running fairly quiet, I'm pretty sure there's going to be, some traffic coming through with them. I think that that's like around 200 positions or something like that.
Right. I think so too.
So you've got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
Right
We're really happy to be here, really. And I felt like for a minute that this neighborhood needed something different. And I hope
think I
that
felt
we're
that in
starting.
coming through before.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it does start with just one store,
Business, right?
One business, and then things pop up all around it.
Yeah. I hope that we can be that blessing to this community. I really do.
And I would say that I also appreciate you adding to the number of, not only growing businesses in the city, but the number of, growing minority women businesses.
Awesome. I am so happy to be in that crew. I really am. We can do a lot when we put our mind to it. We can do almost anything when we put our mind to it
Yes,
and work with each other.
we can. And, just saying that there are people who not only want to invest in the city, but to do it now.
Yes, yes.
It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I think that the last person that I had spoken to who had opened a store, I just immediately said, you need to tell me that someone chose this city. I love the city. So, I'm always trying to promote positivity, but I said, a coffee shop in the middle of a pandemic, I must meet this person. And the same here, and I'll add, I have been working on, or I did a poll on the Nextdoor app asking about support for like a condo building, and the comments were hijacked with people saying we needed retail. That was all that anyone mentioned. There's nowhere to go for a decent pair of shoes. I need pants. All women, of course.
Of course.
And I'm looking at the comments and I'm like, okay, well, you lost this one. And so now, I was upset. Production heard me talking about this. I said, all they're talking about is retail here.
Right.
And so now I can come back and tell all the people, the 30 or so people, that there's somewhere that you can actually shop now.
Yes, please. Just come on over and shop with us if you need some retail therapy. We've got it. I will always offer you a little bit of sustenance. I got coffee, tea, and I won't mention anything else. But but if you shop with us, we always want you to be comfortable as well. And it just so happens that all of the furniture pieces that you see here,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter and myself and my friend, we redid it.
Oh,
Again,
really?
in the name of sustainability, we renovated
Oh, very nice.
all of the merchandising and display areas and display pieces. We made it over from something either found
Okay.
because we found this, but then there was another piece because this used to be several different stores. We're kind of
I've
talking
heard.
about that aside. So it's had several different lives. One of the pieces was just in here. It was just in the place,
Okay.
and so we renovated that too.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I mean, the furniture's great. I wouldn't have known, but you know,
there you go.
yeah, kudos for being able to do that. I mean, again, you know, the style of this place, you know, the camera only shows one side of it.
Right.
It's the decor in here is great,
Cool.
and really helps with you know, giving a facelift to the neighborhood. I mean, as soon as I had mentioned it, or I was told that you reached out, I said I will be right over. You know,
So
always
glad
trying
you
to
came,
support as much
yes.
as possible. And anything else before we go?
No, other than just come through and see me. I would love to see you. Not just because I would like for you to come and buy something, but just because I want this to be a place for the community as well. So even our setup, you can't see it on camera, but there's seating almost like at home.
It is
So you
very
can
comfy.
be comfortable while you shop.
Yes, and as you all know, is anytime that someone is doing something positive around here, I try to, you know, show up to highlight so that we can have a little balance around here. But could you, you know, a balance to, I don't even want to, you know, describe what, you know, what we usually hear.
Yes.
Because let everyone know and find you on social media. As I
Yes.
said, I know that it's easy to find.
Yes, at Norah's Boutique One on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Norah's Boutique One. Our website is norahsboutique.com.
All right, and again, this is Giovanni Brusto with Petersburg Solution, and we can be found on about everywhere: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And until next time, I'll see you all soon.
Thanks.